Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. So before I start the video, remember to like, subscribe, and comment about what you think is going to the market. What are some good plays that you think are going to hit in the next month or so? And where do you think where do you think crypto's going? Where do you think the market's going? And this whole volatility in the market is insane. So just let me know if you have some good plays. I'll look into them. If you guys want some TA that you want me to look at, or some tickers that you want me to look at to do some TA, I'll do it. I'll go ahead and read the comments and do it and stuff. But I did want to get into the DXY and why it is a fortune teller, and why I think that we are going to be seeing a huge uh, dip crash in the coming week or 2 weeks, right? Within a week or two. Um, and this is vindicated because the DXY running usually means that that the stock market is going to crash, right? And we can actually see the correlation between especially like on the daily charts, right? So if we actually have you know by the way, we actually closed the bear day yesterday on the SPY, or SPX. So I think we are starting to see that crash now, right? If you're not in shorts, then I don't know how you're doing, but right, look what happened now. May 31st, 2022, we closed a bullish day, right? Rally for about from May 31st, hit highs in June 15, right? So 2 weeks later, we actually hit those highs on the DXY, and on SPY, we'll go with May 31st, May 31st. There you go, right? May 31st, right? So the DXY hit bottom somewhere right here and started rallying, and look what happened after that. Boom, all the way to the top. In mid-June, that's when the DXY kind of peaked out. And we saw these lows of 365 on the SPY. And I do think that we're headed in that direction all over again. I think that within possibly the next 2 weeks or so, we're going to see a massive crash on the S&P 500, right? And that's all looking at the DXY. The DXY right now, we are looking like it does look like it wants to break all-time highs, which is roughly right here at 105.785, right? These are where our all-time highs are. It does look like we're going to break this relative high of 105 and 53 cents. It's just, things are not looking in favor of the market recovering anytime soon. And I actually just put out another flash crash warning for my Patreon members, as well as I told them, like, you know what, DXY is running. You guys better start shorting the fuck out of everything, especially with the weekly right now. The weekly right now on the DXY, it's going to be closing a bullish day or a bullish week today at close. I almost 100% guarantee you that it's going to close a bullish week. Generally, what happens is, we see these two closes on the weekly back here on January 31st, January 24th, and February 7th. What happened after that? We rallied for 6 months, 5 months, right? And I'm expecting the same thing. I am expecting the DXY to close this bullish week on the high side, to close. It's essentially a violent close, and I do expect us to have nothing but a down market for the next 3, 4, 5 months, especially with this continuously running and breaking this relative high that we essentially got about 2 weeks ago or so. So as of right now, I am extremely bearish. In about 9 hours and 46 minutes, I am going to be probably the most bearish on the S&P 500, on crypto, on the whole market as a whole that I've ever been, for the last 2 weeks or so, or this year, right? I'm actually more bearish now than I am before. If this actually closes the bull week, right, which there's like a 99% chance that it will, unless we have a huge drop on the dollar. There's no reason for anybody to do any kind of longs right now. And I think the Nasdaq, and I think that I think the Nasdaq, I think the SPX, I think they're both lagging extremely hard. I think they're both lagging extremely hard. And once they stop lagging and they start correlating back to the DXY, I think you're going to see a really massive drop, because I think you're seeing a lot of purchases right now of possibly retail, maybe smaller institutions putting in money because they think this is a low. No, I definitely think that we're going to drop another 10-20% on the SPY and on the Nasdaq, right? So it seems extremely likely, especially after breaking this 4-hour trend on even the Nasdaq, right? I mean, look at that. We're essentially in the same spot as we were back here on June 9th, right? Before you had this massive drop on the Nasdaq. And again, another similar drop would take us all the way down to around 10.4 on the Nasdaq. On the SPX, I don't think we've crossed that 4-hour trend on the bottom side, but I mean, we're essentially right there, right? I think personally we are going to be dropping. We're going to be closing under this. after this happens, the probability of us dropping to 350 increases by like tenfold, right? And it just seems extremely, extremely likely. And even right now with crypto, even right now with Ethereum, with Bitcoin, everything looks right now like we're right on the edge of a cliff, right? We're right on the edge of this trend. We already broke that 4 hour downtrend, right? We already came down. You retested it right here yesterday at around 5 p.m. Right? You have that huge wick, and that's such a bad sign when you have a huge wick like that, and you're doing a retest on trend. Like I am more than positive right now that Bitcoin is going to be headed to 16K within the next week or two. Like it's not. I would take these shorts all day long. I would take these shorts all day long. I'm not shorting crypto right now. I am shorting the S&P 500 though. A couple $1,000 in shorts for puts. But as of right now, everything. The DXY has always been a huge predictor. Look at that. It's consistently rallying, right? It looks like it's going to break. The dollar looks like it's going to break these highs right now, of that it created. Yesterday, right? It looks like it's gonna break those highs, and the actual all-time highs are back over here. So I don't know why I actually have it up here. They should be a little bit lower right there. I'll add another alert right there. But it just, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And the more that I look at this chart, the more that I see everything. My target for the DXY is still at 108. And at 108, I am more than positive that the SPY is going to be at 350 or lower. The Nasdaq is going to be at 10K or lower. Bitcoin is going to be at 16. Ethereum is going to be at 800 or so. It's not looking good. Especially with the DXY, the dollar being, so strong right now. So, to everybody, I'm basically telling you guys right now, be extremely careful with what's going to happen next. I do not expect any kind of rallies. If anything, I expect a huge, huge move to the downside, because I do think that the Nasdaq and SPY are lagging extremely hard right now against the US dollar. And once they start catching up to this correlation of the chart, I think you're going to see a massive, massive drop on the DXY, on the Nasdaq and the SPY. I mean, it's going to happen. I think it's inevitable, especially if the DXY starts breaking those all-time highs. I think it's inevitable. I think these purchases, this sideways trading is coiling up to have, I don't think we're going to have a drop like slowly. I think we're going to have a really massive drop to the downside. It just seems extremely likely that we drop again like this within possibly a week or two, instead of taking maybe a month or two to drop, right? I think that this drop to 350, possibly down to 340, 320 is extremely possible now. And I think as of right now, we've already started that drop. And I think it's going to come faster than a lot of people think. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.